Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include Tuesday, May the 9th was nomination day. We visited the Greenhouse Project. Deputy Mayor Barbara Barter is here with the council report. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more coming up after these audio safety messages from Mr. Vatcher's grade 6 class.
Hi, my name is Monica Patrickman, and I'm in grade 6 at A.J. Matthews Elementary School. My message from Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro is shock. It's what happens when you touch a live wire in the ground. You then become a conductor. The shock that you feel is the electrical current going through your body. Shock can cause pain, loss of muscle control and coordination, internal bleeding, nerve, muscle, or tissue damage, cardiac arrest, and death. Remember, it's not the amount of voltage that kills. It's the amps or the amount of power in the circuit. In some cases, for example, you can have very high voltage with very little power.
Hi, my name is Santana Courtney, and I am a student at A.J. Matthews Elementary School. Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro says, be energy wise and try to reduce the number of times you open and close your refrigerator door. The refrigerator has to work longer to cool the warm air whenever the door is open. Also, place your refrigerator away from heat.
Hi, my name is Noel Anderson. I'm from Mr. Vatcher's grade 6 class of A.J. Matthews Elementary. Here's my message from Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro. Take care of extension and appliance cords so they don't twist or break. Be safe. Make sure that cords are not frayed and that their plugs are in good condition. Damaged cords can be a fire hazard and a current killer. With teamwork, safety works.
Tuesday, May the 9th was nomination day for the municipality of Burgeo. Nominations were called to fill 2 seats that were left vacant by the resignation of Councillor Robert Sims and Councillor Blaine Marks. Only 2 individuals offered themselves as candidates for the positions. Mr. George Reed and Mr. Gerald McDonald will be appointed to the Town Council by acclamation. The town office was a little disappointed that more people didn't show interest in the operation of the town and that there wouldn't be any election. Congratulations to Mr. Reed and Mr. McDonald on their appointments. On Wednesday of this week, we visited the Greenhouse Project to see how things were progressing. This is just one of the greenhouses the coastal growers are hoping to construct in Burgeo. With this pilot project, the coastal growers are hoping to prove that greenhouses are a viable asset to our area. Leonard Porter explains to us the first steps in the growing of greenhouse tomatoes.
We start off with these. We put 50 in a tray, plastic long tray like this, and add 2 quarts of water. After they'll soak the water up, and you get this kind of a thing. Then you plant your seeds. After you plant the seed, you just cover them with plastic like this, and basically wait for them to germinate. And when they come out of the pop up out of the pellets like this here, you take the plastic off. From there, you fill these pots with the same mixture as is in the bags here, and you put these pellets in the pots. And from there, you just go and put them in the bags, and they stay there until you're finished with them at the end of the grow season. After all the tomatoes are picked and so on, and you terminate the plants.
Okay.
So you get no transplantation shock at all. They start from the seeds in these pellets and they stay there right through the duration of the plant.
Okay. So your pot is biodegradable too, eh?
The pot is peat. It's the same as what's actually in the bags.
Okay.
And so is the pellet. Actually, this is the same thing.
So is all whatever you got there is from start to finish is good for the plant.
It's all peat.
Okay.
It's all the same thing.
Okay.
So you get no shock, for changing soils or anything like that. And of course, that's the key to getting a good strong plant at the end of the day.
Well, now that I got you here, I'll ask you this question. The video that you showed a couple years ago, or you showed me actually, in that greenhouse they use no soil at all, but you use soil.
Yeah, well that's a NFT hydroponic system. That's completely different than what we're doing here. It's got advantages over this system. You get a little bit of quality and probably better yields, but with this system here, you get a little more of a flywheel effect. And sort of where we're starting off kind of thing, it gives us a little more grace. In the sense that less chance of us having an accident, you know, and, you know, destroying plants and so on.
Okay. So how many plants do you have in your greenhouse?
In this house right now, there's 810.
How much yield do you expect from your plants?
Oh, we're striving for, well, we're going to strive for about 25 pounds per plant.
Per plant?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're a month and a half late starting, so we were looking at probably 28 or better, hopefully, you know, of course.
Yeah.
So that's basically the
okay, so
goal.
so what about your weather conditions now? Like, it's been, well, I'll say unseasonably cold. I don't know if it's unseasonably cold because I'm not a meteorologist, but it feels like it's really cold. So is that having any effect on your greenhouse?
No, none whatsoever. This is a completely controlled environment.
Okay.
And that's the other key of getting the best yields out of the plants is give them top quality fertilizer and maintaining perfect temperatures in the roots and in the hair.
Okay.
So this is the idea of the greenhouse. Of course, you can control the environment.
Okay. Well, we'd like to come back at the end of the month to see how your plants are doing, if that's okay.
Yeah, that won't be a problem. You'll see
Okay.
a lot of difference in a month's time.
All right. Thanks a lot, Leonard.
Okay.
Right now, there are 810 tomato plants growing in this completely controlled environment. There are 2 furnaces installed at the end of the greenhouse. This furnace will cut in if the ground temperature drops below 61 degrees. Warm air is carried to the floor by these large plastic tubes to help the plants keep their proper temperature. The ideal temperature for the greenhouse is 71 degrees. If the temperature drops below 71 degrees, this furnace will cut in to bring the temperature back up. If the temperature rises above 71 degrees, these large fans will cut in until the temperature is brought down to the proper level. When we visited, Inri Air was watering and feeding the plants nutrients, and Clayton Air was tightening up the growing lines which the plants will climb once they reach a certain height. Even the amount of water and nutrients are measured. Leonard explains.
Is a pH meter and a HEC meter. With this probe we can measure the pH of the water and the nutrient. So just stick the probe in the water and it gives us a reading right here at this thing here. You've got to maintain a pH of between 5 and 6 in order for the plants to take up the nutrient. And you can also test the strength of your fertilizer. Put the probe right into the tank. We also do tests from the plants a couple of times a day to make sure that the fertilizer is not getting too strong in the bags or too weak. Plants get exactly the right amount of fertilizer that they require, and at the quality of the pH and stuff to make sure that the fertilizer is going into the plants that they need.
So at different stages, your plant requires different
different stages. The fertilizer got to be adjusted. Right now, we're running fertilizer at 2,000 parts per million. As they grow and start producing fruit, we'll have to go up to about 3. Depending on how much fruit is being set and that sort of thing. So we can adjust all that in these tanks here.
Okay.
And we do random checks through the bags to make sure that the fertilizer is maintained at the proper level. It's the key to getting a good yield and good healthy plants.
The greenhouse is constructed of a special kind of plastic. It absorbs the sun's rays into the house and is designed to keep them from escaping. The floor is covered with a white plastic that will absorb the heat of the greenhouse to help keep the roots warm. The plants are already grown quite large considering they were a month late starting. The coastal growers would like to harvest 25 pounds of tomatoes from each plant. They're expected to know how much the plants are yielding around the end of May. The first harvest is expected around the 10th of July. The coastal growers are planning an open house in the near future for the public to drop by and take a look at the greenhouse and see how it operates. We would like to wish the coastal growers every success with this project and look forward to seeing more greenhouses in the future. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after these hydro safety messages.
Hello, my name is Matthew Spencer. Newfoundland Labrador Hydro reminds us that ladders, CV, and TV antennas must be located so that they don't touch or fall into power lines. Safety is everyone's responsibility. You have a safe summer. Hi, my name is Morgan Strickland, and I attend A.J. Matthews Elementary School. I have a message from Newfoundland Labrador Hydro. Electricity helps us to enjoy the good things in life. Turning off lights, appliances, and heaters when not required helps us to ensure electricity is there when we need it the most. Newfoundland Labrador Hydro, health and safety go hand in hand. Develop good safety habits for you and your family.
Hi, my name is Natasha Young, and I am from Mr. Vetcher's grade 6 class, and I attend I.J. Matthews Elementary School. An efficient safety program leads the way to a secure future with less accidents, fewer injuries, better working conditions, higher productivity, and morale. At Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro, safety represents a lifetime of security.
Some time ago, Georgina Buckland invited us to her home to take a look at her daughter's thread art. Biddy Buckland Kosser has been involved in painting, crafts, and sewing since 1974. Biddy has had her work exhibited at the Memorial University Art Gallery, the Resource Centre for Arts, the Development Association's Devon House Craft Shops in St. John's, and the Topsail Art Gallery, Conception Bay South. All her work is done freehand, and therefore no two pieces are alike. In February of this year, the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Recreation, Charles Fury, announced the provincial government's list of acquisitions under the 1999-2000 Art Procurement Program. Each year, the program acquires original works of art by Newfoundland and Labrador artists for the enrichment of public buildings in the province. On that list was Biddy Buckland Kosser for her thread painting, Picking Wild Raspberries. Like many other artists, Biddy comes back to her roots for many of her projects. All of the pictures shown here are scenes of Burgeo. You may be able to recognize, but none like this piece. This is a thread painting of Furby's Arbor as it was years ago. The painting is done with silk thread except for the sky and the water, which is painted. Biddy started this project in 1980 and finished in 1983. To create her thread painting, she uses her sewing machine with the feed dog drop and the pressure foot removed, so the design can move freely underneath the needle. The designs in this painting are very realistic, like the clothes on the line. You may have noticed that many of the whole buildings are in this painting, for example, the Central Store, Kosser Store, and the Co-op Store. Mrs. Buckland informed us that her daughter is fighting her second battle with cancer, and her heart projects have become very important to her and helps her deal with many of the problems that come with fighting cancer. We congratulate Biddy on her success with her heart and encourage her in her fight with cancer. Our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family during this very trying time. Now over to Deputy Mayor Barber with the Council report.
Good evening. The Town Council had its regular meeting on May 3rd. Topics that were discussed at that meeting are as follows. By now everyone is aware of what is happening with regards to the fish plant. There is, for example, a notice about a rumor that has been circulating around town. But basically, Mayor Han has assured Council that as mayor, he will continue to fight to try to get the plant back into operation. But other than discussions with the MP and MHA and Mr. Bill Barry, there has been no new news to date. With regards to the proposed arena, Council is waiting for Municipal Affairs to make the announcement with regards to the capital works projects for 2000. We are anticipating hearing something towards the end of May. Council has applied for funding for a company to come in and set up equipment for a 3-month period to study the town's water supply. To date, we have not heard if this application has been approved or not. Councillor Cyril Warren, the town's representative for the Red Board, has completed his 2-year term, and Mr. John Grant from the BDDB has been appointed to replace him. A project to add an extension to the town hall has been approved and started on Monday, May 8th. This extension will provide another office for the town, another office for the BDDB, as well as a larger meeting room, larger waiting area, and other much-needed spaces at the existing office. Council approved several building applications. One was for an extension to a dwelling, and another for a shed. As well, there were 2 requests for construction on Crown land that were approved. One for a senior citizens housing complex, and the other for a service garage. Those 2 approvals are in principle only, subject to the approval of all government departments. A lengthy discussion took place on the school board's preferred site between the existing rink and the ball field for a new school. Their proposal was not approved by council since the suggested site is in the same area designated for the proposed new arena. The fire department has a major concern over its declining membership, mostly due to people having to leave town to find work. This is also a great concern of council as well, and that was expressed by Mayor Han on the news on Sunday evening. Municipal Awareness Week and the annual spring cleanup is declared for the week of May 22nd to the 28th. We encourage all community members to get into the act and clean up their properties and the areas around their homes, and you're all encouraged to do the best that you can to make Burgeo a brighter and cleaner place to live. Mayor Han met with the RCMP last week, and he has been assured that they are planning to go ahead with the construction of a new detachment. They will be in Burgeo sometime this fall to do a site location, with construction to begin next spring. Those were the topics that were covered at our May 3rd meeting. Thank you.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after these audio safety messages from Mr. Vatcher's grade 6 class.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Young, and I attend Mr. Vatcher's grade 6 class at A.J. Matthews Elementary School. Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro always put safety first. Clotheslines, signs, etc. attached to hydro poles are a safety hazard to line persons. Please keep our employees safe by removing any attachments to hydro poles. Have a safe summer.
Hi, my name is David Mead, and I attend A.J. Matthews Elementary School. My safety message on Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro is, never ever touch electrical wires, either on the ground or in the air. Even broken power lines on the ground may be full of electricity. As someone called Newfoundland Hydro right away if you discover a fallen power line. Remember, electrical wires are current killers.
Hi, my name is Keith Young, and my safety message for Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro is, always unplug electrical appliances by grasping the plug rather than by pulling the cord. At Newfoundland and Labrador Hydro, safety is a way of life.
Good Good evening and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Jennifer Marks. The winner of the Resident Family Council TV Bingo was Stan Mercer. Congratulations, Stan. The RBP will host the next scheduled TV Bingo on Wednesday, May 24th at 7 p.m. Cards are $1 each or $6 or $5 and are available from any member of the RBP and are in most stores around town. Please support the RBP and play TV Bingo. We still have some Girl Guide cookies left, so if you didn't get any or would like to have some more, please contact any guider. Cookies cost $3 per box. The town of Burgeo has declared the week of May 22nd to May 28th inclusively as Cleanup Week. Trucks will be provided to pick up garbage placed along the sides of the streets. All scrap vehicles will be removed. The dump will be open daily during the cleanup period. Residents requiring further information may contact the town office. The Public Legal Information Association of Newfoundland and Labrador wants your creativity. Design an 8x11 drawing using any medium that represents youth and the law. The contest is open to youth ages 12 to 17. 1 entry per person. Deadline is June 1st. First prize is a $100 gift certificate for your choice of sports, computer, arts, or music books from a bookstore. Second prize is a bicycle helmet, and third prize is movie money for you and a friend. Other prizes will be awarded through a random drawing. Send your entry to Youth Justice Contest, Suite 101, Fortis Building, 139 Water Street, St. John's, Newfoundland, A1L 1C2. Please include on a separate piece of paper your name, age, and address. The Income Security Program branch of Human Resources Development Canada is expanding its services. A representative of the Income Security Program will be at the Resources and Employment Office in Burgeo on Wednesday, May 31st from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. For more information and appointments, call 1-800-277-9914. If your group or organization has an upcoming event plan, we will be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesdays of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. There is no TV bingo scheduled for this Wednesday, but join us for a boating safety video from the Ground Search and Rescue entitled Cruise the Net. Tune in on Thursday when we'll have a rebroadcast of The Bandwagon. Join Pans and the gang for 2 stories of craft and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. Next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. we will have the worship service from the Jubilee 2000 celebrations at Robinson's. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please stay tuned now for The Bandwagon. We want to say a very special thank you to Mr. Vatcher and his grade 6 class for doing the hydro safety messages. And before we leave, we would like to wish all the mothers in our community a very happy Mother's Day. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night.